A man is giving a talk at a school. What is his job?
Like most of you sitting here, a teacher told me that I needed to know exactly what I wanted to be when I graduated. That is simply untrue. I remember spending hours with the guidance counsellor trying to map out my future. His patience and understanding really inspired me to pursue in psychology and become a therapist to help people who are lost in life.
Four people are discussing their views on shopping. Complete the sentences below.
I never understood why people like to go to the shopping centre with their friends. One person might want to go to one store, while the other needs something from another two, and they just end up wasting a whole day there. When I need something, I just go out on my own. That way, I don't have to wait around for other people to finish their shopping, and no one needs to wait for me.
I have to admit, I am a bit of a shopaholic, particularly when it comes to houseware and decorations. I always intend on just browsing through the shop, but the next thing I know, I'm picking up several things on a whim. At least these things are usually secondhand or on sale, so I'm not blowing all of my money. My husband can't stand this. He's a very practical shopper who puts a lot of thought and research into his purchases. I guess we can say that we are totally opposites in that aspect.
I don't usually have time to shop as much as I would like, given my busy work schedule. But I must admit that I am not very keen on using the internet to make purchases. I have heard horror stories about credit card fraud, and packages seem to go missing all of the time. Of course, I'll order things if I have to, or if I see a much better price than in store, but if I had the means, I would almost certainly always shop in store.
Being a university student has really changed how I shop. I used to be known as a fashionista, always wearing the latest trends and having new clothing. I just can't afford that lifestyle anymore. However, I have found great success in shopping the sales, just after Christmas or in summer when everything is heavily discounted. By only venturing to the mall during these times, I have found that I'm able to get a real bang for a buck, and I come out with more clothing for less money than I would have spent buying these items throughout the year. Listen to two teachers discussing potential modifications to their language school. Read the statements and decide whose opinion matches the best. The man's, the woman's, or both.
Right, so we need to complete these surveys on what we think would really make this place better for learning. What do you think about the state of technology in the school?
Well, I definitely think that area could be improved on the most. There's no excuse why we shouldn't have accessible Wi-Fi in all parts of the campus. It is so slow, if you can even connect to the network. Students need to do research, complete assignments, etc.
I see your point, but I don't know if I feel the same. Don't you think that they would just use it to check their social media and send messages in class?
I think you need to put a bit more trust in your students. On another note, it's not just the Wi-Fi that needs improvement. We need more classroom technology. Only 2 rooms have projectors, and we have to book the room a week in advance. Sometimes it would just be nice to show a short video clip to reinforce the subject.
Yes, I couldn't agree more with that. It would also greatly cut down on our planning time too, as we would be able to create slideshows and reuse them semester after semester. And think about all the paper we would save by not having to constantly make photocopies. I think it is in their best interest to invest in more technological devices for classroom use.
Yep, and we may well be moving into that direction. Did you see how the school is starting to advertise online classes? Right now, they only offer 2 elective classes, but I'd be keen on teaching one. I think it would be a great experience and a lot of fun.
I know that online courses are probably the way of the future, But I can't say I am eager about them in the slightest. I think there are too many technical issues that can go wrong, and it would waste a lot of time. I also prefer getting to know my students on a face-to-face basis.
Well, I know I would rather teach online than have to attend the mandatory weekend field trips that they're implementing. I already think that only having Saturday and Sunday to relax isn't enough time as is.
Really? I'm actually quite excited for those. For starters, I am new to the area and think it would be a great chance to see the sights. It does involve a bit of overtime, but think about how much they enhance the student's experience. Learning outside of a classroom is just as important as learning inside one.